Okay, so this is about Graco Handhelds. We're going to approach this as if you're new to this. You're just wanting to know about it and how to maintain it. So, there are three models. I don't have the first lower model. Just imagine a cord sticking out of this. That's the only difference between these first two. One's corded and one's cordless. Now if we go to these two, the big difference is this can spray flammable fluid. This cannot. It is cordless in a sense when you're not using flammable fluid, but when you are, you're attaching this little spool of wire that connects to the wall that grounds it. So you do have to have this grounded when you're spraying flammable fluid, or else this will turn into a flamethrower. Well, it might not, but you don't want to take the chance. This right here is plastic. This nut, it's dirty, but it's plastic. That's so any static discharge doesn't hit the flammable fluid and turn this into a flamethrower. Ignore that. Anyways, that's the first main difference. Actually, to remind you guys, this is a plastic guard. It won't work on your 695s, 795s, 490s, 390s, but the metal one will. This is a special one. It will not thread on. They made it so that this is the case. Oh, this little thing is a lid. When you buy a full container like this, you'll get your support case, your liner, and a lid, and this little plug that goes onto this if you want to save your paint in the jar. I would suggest when you buy one of these extra ones with the lid, because you're going to need to use pump armor consistently. I will tell you about that because that's part of what makes this machine work, or at least, you know, to maintain it so it works. So that is the main bit of it. Now, these things, they have dials. I wouldn't call these pressure dials, or maybe not even speed or anything like that. These numbers are they're not of consequence. You're basically going to have to adjust this until you get the proper finish, because your customer, when she looks at the wall, she's not going to ask you what speed or pressure you're going to spray at. She's just going to look at the finish. So how I tell my guys to set their pressures, they don't need any fancy displays. They don't need any gauges. They just need their eyes. So let's say you're starting off. You set it low enough so you get the fingers or the tiger stripes or just an inconsistent finish. That's what you're going to start off from. Then you're going to increase and then trigger, increase, trigger, increase, trigger. Same thing with your electrics. And when you do that, you're keeping the overspray to a minimum. That means you're wasting less paint. From can to wall, there's probably a 65% transfer rate with the electrics. When you go HVLP, you're getting something like 80% from can to wall. So that's how you're going to adjust your pressure. Set it low enough, get the tiger lines or stripes or whatever you want to call it. Increase trigger, increase trigger, increase trigger until you get that proper finish. That way you can minimize overspray, you save more money, you get less deficiencies. So that's what this dial does. You got a prime valve. When you start it up, you're going to trigger it so you can remove whatever air might be in the pump. And then once you do that, you flick it to that way. So you can spray. First timers, look how this is pointed down. Look at this point. Okay? See how this is pointed that way? And you want to come out there? That's the easiest way. After that, you'll just know. Okay, so that's a little bit of that. And they come with DeWalt batteries, so that's a good thing. You might have a lot. That's good. Let's see what else we have to say about this before I move into the maintenance part. Oh yeah, so these ones. And I might have to show tips, some tip information. Only use the fine finish, low pressure tips, okay? Those are pressure efficient tips. These are not these, okay? These do not plug into the wall, so you're not going to get that much power. So you will have to use the FFLP tips. Now, I am actually going to show you something right now. I'm going to put the camera down. So, forgive me. I'm sorry if I'm not prepared. I'm almost there. Alrighty. Now, this is how I talk to customers when I'm in the shop, so it's not as if it is planned out. I can't plan every question that a customer will ask me, and it gets busy. Okay. So, I already told you that these are pressure efficient tips. This is not pressure efficient. One thing to realize are the seals that go in the guard, and I will show you how to install them the easy way. But right now, you see this yellow band? It even says FFLP or LP tips. This yellow band is how you know that's low pressure. These do not have the bands. Alright, so look at that center hole. You see that? And you see this? Has a bigger hole, right? You're going to use this seal with this tip. Now, first time spraying, you're like, what's the seal? I will show you. Now, I'm going to try to put this down somehow. Let's just use this right here. No, we're going to do it like this then. Okay. Move this aside. The seal is found in there. You can kind of see that black O-ring. And you have that black O-ring right there. So the seal's in there. If you don't have that seal, you'll know right away when it starts leaking between this metal nut and this plastic butterfly guard. Okay, so if it ever leaks too and you still have it in there, just change it. That's why you do get an extra one, and I would keep these. You don't have to change them all the time, but you do have to keep these. Also, if you notice, there's a yellow seal right there. Right there. You see that yellow seal? That's a solvent seal. So if you're using thin down lacquer and it's gumming up the black O-ring, use the hot solvent seal. So that's one thing. But to take this out, I'm going to show you the easiest way, because people grab a pen or a screwdriver and it doesn't work out right. So you take your tip out, you slip it right under there, and that comes out like so. Alright, second thing is, if you ever want to put it in, you put it right on your tip. See? Stays put. And then you put this in. You match the curve up with the curve in the tip guard. And there you go. It's in there. Make sure the O-ring's on there. Sometimes it comes off with a tip. And then you just slide it in there. And you're done. That's how you install it. That's the easy way. Alright? Now you do the same thing with the plastic nut. Now I think these things have a PSI rating of 2000, because if I scratch off this paint, actually I have a guard right here. I don't know if you can see this. Where is it? It says the bar information. I'm just twisting the butterfly guard. 2000 PSI. So if you got a paint that requires 2700 PSI, you might not be able to spray it out of this thing. And I'll tell you something about what tips to use and what, well, I already told you the pressures. You don't need to gauge. You need to be told what pressures to spray it. You just adjust as you go. Okay, so that's the first part and last part about tips, I guess. I'll tell you the last bit with tips afterwards. Now, cleaning is very easy. I have some guys that will fill this cup up with water, spray it through until it comes out clear. I'll just fill it, spray it, fill it, spray it, fill it, spray it. No, that's the hard way. That's the hard way. There. So I will show you as soon as I get this phone balanced. So what you're gonna do is, when you clean it, you're gonna separate this cup support, all right, from the gun. Then you're just gonna clean this separately, okay? You're gonna, you're gonna clean that separately, and then when it comes to the gun, you're gonna use your hand as a channel. You're gonna turn on the faucet, and you're just gonna go like this. You're gonna let the hand, all the water go in, and you're just gonna pull the trigger. And that's just gonna, just keep doing that till it's clean. wipe this all off. I'm dripping all this pump armor. You just do it all, just keep spraying till it's all gone. And then we're gonna store some pump armor in it. Now here's the super critical part with the pump armor, okay? You have to use the pump armor. Every single time you're not using it, use the pump armor. I'm just getting a rag, be right back. Okay, because what this pump armor does is it prevents drying, rusting, and freezing. You don't want it to dry inside. That's the major weakness of this. You can leave paint in there for 4 months, which I did. Don't recommend it. I just wanted to test it like I was a dummy, not cleaning his machines out. I left it out in the open for it to dry, and it didn't work. I developed a system afterwards because all my customers, or most of my customers, who follows Graco's instructions always come back to me 4 to 6 months later. The guys that follow my instructions don't come back. Maybe 4, but that's out of 300. Alright, so let's say you're done cleaning, and now you're going to put the pump armor to store it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to fill pump armor only up to here. We don't want to fill the whole bag because the weight might bring the bag down. What I'm trying to do is preventing any air from getting inside the pump. I'm going to go extreme. Alright? So after it's done, it's clean, you fill your pump armor. We're only going to fill it up to there. And don't get any of the other stuff. Just get Graco's pump armor. I have major success with this. I like my pump armor. Alright, so we fill it up to there. We're just gonna take the lid and throw it on the cup and screw it on. Okay. There we go. Woo. Sorry guys. I'm actually making this video because somebody commented and wanted a video, so why not? Okay, so before you put the gun on, just shortcut it. Just push it all the way to the top, and then put your gun in. Actually, I didn't do it right. Now we're gonna do it right. So we'll put that on there. Okay, there we go. Now that valve seal, it's supposed to be right underneath that, a little bit underneath that. Shouldn't be on the front, shouldn't be on the other side, just right there. I'm gonna push the bag up. So we shortcutted it so we don't have to waste precious time. There we go. Okay, after that, you're just gonna prime it. And then, I'm just gonna do this on the desk because it's getting clear. There we go. Now, leave it like that. Just leave it like that. Don't do anything else until a month goes by and you're not using it. Just trigger it again, just to agitate the inside. I got my bucket of pump armor. I can put my finger in the bottom and pick up some scum. Now, do this. Do this. And if you have a second cup, that's great. This can be your pump armor cup. It comes with this nice lid that goes on the cup, and you can have one for your paint. And then when you're done cleaning it, you just bring that. It's only $30. Just go for it. Liners. It comes with a liner, the support cup, and the lid, and this little lid, like I said. You have to do that. You have to use the pump armor. If you don't, you're going to go to a repair shop within like 4 to 6 months, and you're going to be angry at that. The repair guys are angry at that. Let's see. That's the most major important thing about these handhelds. It's just that. What else is there to tell you guys? Remember, that's not structured. Somebody just asked me, and I am doing this. And yeah. Let's go back to this though. Important to keep this part clean. That's where it seals with this. Another thing you can do, I'm going to take this lid off. Put some Vaseline on the edges. And put Vaseline on this seal right here. Alright, it will make a better seal. So you can do that, and because it's Vaseline, the paint won't dry and this thing can come off Vaseline people use on their face so they don't have overspray dry on it, so you could do that too. Another thing are these little valve things. I'm gonna put this down for one more second, because if you do have to go into there, there's a specific way of installing it. Just give me a brief second. Alrighty. I'll put this back up right like that. Oh, sorry about that. Oh shoot. I hope this doesn't go upside down. Okay, anyways, that's what the pump looks like. See these two valves? If you ever have to go into there for whatever reason, I'm going to show you how to put it back in, because there's a specific way. Now, there's two types of, if you got the old pump, it's going to be Phillips. It's not going to be the sharp Phillips, you know, it's going to be the Phillips with a dull end. I'm sure there's a name for it. Somebody wants to comment down on the comment section. 10,000 points to you. So, that's hexagonal. That's the Allen key. I'm going to take it off right now because I'm going to show you how to install it. And okay, there we go. Now these things, if you use the wrong Phillips head, you're going to strip it. You want to be gentle with the Allen key as well, because it will strip it too. And once you take that out, this is what it's going to look like. Okay. It's going to be, you're going to be able to separate it in two pieces. So that's the little ball. There's a valve inside there, and that's how the ball valve works. But to put it back in, this is what you're going to do. Okay? So, you're not going to put it in all the way. You're going to, when you screw it in, as far as you can screw it in, that's going to determine the distance or how far it goes in. Also, put some throat seal on this, okay, so it doesn't get hard to take out. And then you're just going to screw it in, and like I said, how far you screw it in is going to determine the default distance, alright? Oh shit, oh my god, oh my god. My apologies. But that's how you're going to screw that in if you ever have to go into there. You might not have to go into there if you use pump armor all the time. The worst you're going to have to do is get the pump changed out, which is easy. You got a 1-year warranty, so keep that in mind. And yeah, that is the major part of it. The one thing I can also say is if you gotta spray quick drying paints, try to use an electric. I've had some bad results with quick drying. Maybe they're not fast enough, maybe they don't clean good enough, but quick dry, you can imagine how quick it can set in. Epoxies, same thing. You can unclog those pretty easily. These, it's a lot more difficult. Traffic paint, I had one guy use. Oh, that stuff is horrible, just horrible. All right, so don't do that. Now, one last thing, and this. Just give me a second, because I just thought about this. I'm going to try to print something out, and I'm going to keep talking to keep you guys company while I find this data page. Okay, so the data page is something that you can ask for from your supplier, and they're legally obligated to give it to you. This will tell you everything you need to know about the paint that you're using or the coating that you're using. Alright, it'll tell you dry time, middle thickness, compliance, cleanup, and all that. But we're going to use this data sheet. Let me just clean off this table. We're going to use this data sheet to figure out what tip size to use. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. ProPark. It's going to tell you characteristics, this and that. It's going to tell you application, and we're almost there. Right there. So this is traffic paint. Now, remember what I said about the pressure? Set it low, get fingering, adjust until you correct it. That way you don't need to wonder what pressure to spray at. Also, you do the same product, the same job, the same everything, but at different times of the year. Winter versus summer. Well, compare a cup of coffee to a Slurpee. One's going to be thicker than the other, right? I'm not going to say it's day and night, but you might have to adjust. But that's important right there. The 15 to 17 number. Now, there are going to be different ranges. When you look at a tip, it's going to say 211. So you're wondering, well, where's the other number? They're only telling you those two numbers, 11, because it's up to you how wide you want it. You could be doing spindles or large walls. All right, so they don't tell you that. If it ever gives you a range, say 15 to 19, go in the middle. Just go in the middle. That way there's no problem. It would also tell you clean up and everything like that. But yeah, if you're not sure about your tip, don't bother asking the guys in the front. All right? It's just like these machines. When you buy a machine, go to your repair shop, buy it from them. Ask as many questions. When you're buying a machine from a regular paint store, that's all you're doing, is you're buying a machine. You're not given all the facts, all right? We're not the only industry with high turnover, okay? So sometimes you just got to take it upon yourself. Buy paint, ask for the data page, start a binder, highlight parts, maybe put a notebook that says this product uses this pressure and this tip for your guys, okay? But yeah, very, very nice information to use if you look at this. Waterborne traffic paint. These guys, during the summer, will paint at night when it's cool and the streets are less busy, right? If they have this, then they're fine. If they don't, well, guess what? The store is closed. They won't have the information. You can call hotline, you can go Google, but having this is very, very nice. And plus, it tells you everything you need to know about the product. Let's say you use the product a different way and it fails. There's less chance of your sales rep helping you with the warranty. He's just going to say you didn't apply it right. It's your fault. So ask for this. This is very, very nice to have. And start a collection if you can. Like I said, every paint company makes a data page, and they have to give it to you if you ask for it. So yeah, handhelds. That is all I need. That is all I know. This video is 22 minutes long already at this point. That's how much time I can spend talking about this when some gentleman walks through the door asking about these. They're great little handhelds if you keep them clean. Clean. This is clean. That guy broke his shell. That's just a new shell, but look at the sticker. See that? Anyways, that's what it is. Remember, always use low pressure tips. And try to use the right tips. And going back to this, yes, use the right tips, because if you have a smaller tip and you're trying to, shoot marble through a straw basically by using the wrong tip, you're making this machine work harder. All right? And you're going to increase your pressure to get it to work properly. And when you increase your pressure, you're going to get huge amounts of overspray. You're going to get deficiencies. You're going to waste money. Tips, if you're spraying with these, I'm going to tell you something. You have average 10 pails worth of life on those tips. When you start spraying through a worn out tip, you're going to be spraying more paint onto less area. It's not going to be properly even. You're not going to get the mill size. If it fails, you're in trouble. So 10 pails you can shoot through a tip, average. I say average because flat and primers are gritty. Semi-gloss and gloss are smooth. It's like your guns. If you have a gun that uses primer a lot, that you can expect that to wear out quicker. Might I suggest having one gun for fine finish and one gun for primer, so you can at least judge how well your gun is. And use the PC guns. Oh my God, those have a nice squeeze. They have such a forgiving squeeze. They even have the PC compact guns. If I have one out right here, I will show you. Oh my god, look at this gun. It's so cute and adorable. It also uses the smaller filters. There are filters in here. I gotta tell one of my guys. And you see this whip hose? I'll show you something. You see this whip hose? I'm gonna go on the floor. Look at that. Look at that. That's a 1/8 whip hose. If you're a fine finish guy, that is something you're gonna want. Look at this stiff hose right here. So stiff. I never sell these things anymore. Garbage. I love these. They come in 3, 4.5, and 6 foot. Awesome if you're doing fine finish. It will actually even make your pressures more consistent because of the diameter of the tube inside. That's so I'm told. So I'm told. But yeah, these are great. But you gotta take care of them, man. You gotta take care of them. It is not hard. You clean them out right away. You put the pump armor through. You're not gonna use it for a month. You pull the trigger like it's Boondock Saints, and you just sit it back down, and yeah, it's great stuff. Great stuff. Use Vaseline on threads or oil. Keep them loose so you can spin them off. They have filters, 60 mesh, 100 mesh filters. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? Blah, 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 blah. I think that's it. Yeah, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down. Now, I probably will be doing some more videos. I just can't do it during my work hours. I do got a regular job doing these things. But I don't mind spending 15 to 20 minutes. I just hopped on this account and I noticed some comments. And one gentleman asked me to do a video on handhelds, and I am doing one because it's very important. I can always, when I sell these things, I go through this whole spiel, but you know, that's a lot of talking and not enough time to fully absorb it into your head. So you can go back and rewatch and rewatch and rewatch. But yeah, these are awesome handhelds. You just got to keep them clean and maintain and use them properly. And yeah, great little things. Doesn't compare to a beefy 695. Oh, they made Bluetooth, whatever. Max Life. I might do a video on this Max Life pump. This is very good. I like my 695s. Needs a digital display. But like I said, you don't need a digital display so long as you're setting your pressures according to your finish. Oh, fast flush. Watch my cleaning video, because if you have fast flush, man, that's going to speed things up so much more quicker. But yeah, if you break these, they sell 3-packs, so don't keep using them. Just go buy some. They sell, you know, liners right there. Forgive the mess. They sell liners right there, 3-pack. Just buy them if you need them. Oh yeah, see this black seal? This is solvent resistant. You're gonna see another cup with white. That's not solvent resistant. They also make, this is a 32. They also make a 60, not 64, a 42 for the, you know, the fatter batteries, right? So they do make those too. Just means it's gonna be heavier, I guess, but you know, that's your journey. And yeah, I wish this could have been shorter, but you know, the handhelds is a sensitive thing to me. I'd rather people buy them for me so I can at least tell them how to store it, because no one likes coming back 4 months after you spend, you know, $600 to $1,100 on these things. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Remember, warranty, and get your accessory coupons, man. You should. If they don't give you one, go ask for one. See this free accessories? Take advantage of it. You get 2 tips with these machines in the mail. Just need a coupon on your receipt, and you go online to Graco's their website, whatever it is, Graco.com. Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, get the accessory book too. I'll show you something. Let me show you something. Products. Where's my accessory book? Okay, here we go. Get the accessory book. Get the PDF. Download it on your phone. there's some good stuff in here, not just to look at what they have available. Actually, that's part of it. But they'll tell you the different tip sizes. I have a video. I have to update it because there's some more information that I've learned over the time that I last did it. See this table right here? If you ever forget you have new employees, it tells you everything you need to know. Regular latex paint, 15 to 19, heavy. Still go to your data page, wherever that is now. Okay, FFLP tips. That's the finish you're getting. This is what you're getting with the blue tips. Alright, you see this faded edge, this feathered edge? It allows you to blend quicker, so it might make it easier or faster or both for you. That's what a tip starts off brand new. That's after 10 pails. Now like I said, you're wasting paint. Now 10 pails, I say that because, you know, flat and semi-gloss is like, you know, gritty sandpaper versus oil, right? It's one's gritty, one's smooth. All the tip sizes available right here you can buy from. All the hoses, all the accessories. Just know. I often tell guys, listen, I'm not trying to sell this to you, but you got to know about this. It's just also reverse psychology. I also tell them, when you're ready, just come by. I'll refresh your memory on what I said, and come by, and I'll tell you everything. I don't care where you want to buy it. That's just planting the seed. But with my manipulation, you are getting all the information. Alrighty, so yeah, get the accessory book. Hey, if you own a 490, download the PDF as well. You never know. You never know. There's one more piece of information somewhere in here. I guess that was in the older one. Yeah, this is in the older ones, but it's okay. It's okay. Get the accessory book. Fill out your coupons. And yeah. Clean your machines. I don't care which machine it is. Clean your machines. If it takes you about 30 to 45 minutes with 2 to 3 pails of water, go to my cleaning video. If you're using a small electric, one of these bad boys, 2 gallons of water, 5 minutes. Watch my cleaning video. There's also a video on how to get your Graco pump pumping, where I show you how to go inside the pump. Those actually complement each other, because guys don't clean the machine. Well, if you're not going to clean your machine, you have to know how to go inside the pump to unstick the 2 balls that are in here. And I made this video first, and then I made the second video about cleaning, so they don't have to use that trick, but it's always good to know that trick. Not just for stuck balls, but debris that gets stuck up there. You want to know how to go into there. Why am I going back here? Going back here. Yeah, keep it clean, keep it happy. This is what your machine should look like when you're not using it. Clean and happy. And that's about it. I hope you enjoy the short video on the mess and the poor presentation. Sorry, I'm not a director, nor I'm an actor, or nor I'm an editor. I'm just a guy that fixes machines, and that's about it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you one last thing. This is more about philosophy and all that. Never set yourself to think that you're perfect. You will not leave any room for yourself to learn. And you can say all you want. Been in business 30 years. Well, these things, everything changes within a few years. They just made paint from, you know, toxic cocktails on your wall to zero VOC, you know, smellless paint. So, yeah, things change, and don't ever set yourself up to think you're perfect. You won't learn. You won't be motivated to learn. And I don't set myself up to be perfect. Hell, my directing skills are not perfect. I said I was going to do a new tip video. That's because I learned some new information about tips from the Titan line. And I'm fair. I will give credit when credit is due. Okay, I'll tell you right now. Fine finish, low pressure. Fine finish and low pressure. Their purple ones is just fine finish, but it's not low pressure. The greens are low pressure. But recently, I've learned that the purple tips actually gets you finer atomization. So I'm fair. I'm not just gonna say Graco's better. I'm gonna, give the variables and let the customer weigh the option out. So far, I don't get complaints about these purple tips. But going back, lower pressure, lower overspray. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I mean, there's tools for everything. There's, if you're a Titan guy, you're a Titan guy. If you're a Graco guy, you're a Graco guy. They're both there for you. I'm not gonna be here for you unless you're living in British Columbia. Don't try to call me, please. I got 20 stores that ask me for all sorts of things, and their customers as well. And I have to balance all that with fixing machines and giving tutorials. But yeah, like I said, I'm filming these things not on my shift, after work, just because I can. You can't control me when I'm off work. Alrighty, anyways, that's enough jibber jabber. If you have any questions, please leave a comment on the bottom. If you have a way that you do it, please tell me. I'd love to hear it. I've heard already all sorts of crazy things. Some crazy, actually, some logical. I had one guy that uses throat seal instead of pump armor. This is going to do the exact same thing. Prevent drying, rusting, and freezing. It's probably going to be more expensive. And, oil and water doesn't mix well, but pump armor and water does. So, I mean, to each his own, right? But yeah, if you have a comment or a question, just leave it down there. Like and subscribe. Now I'm gonna try to make videos on a regular basis. I just forgot I had a channel. I honestly made the videos just because I couldn't be everywhere at once. I couldn't be on the phone. I was super busy. So I said, okay, I'll make a video. Just watch this and pass it along to your customers, or your friends or your workers. So I don't get calls. Not that I don't want to talk to people, but I know I am hired to fix machines and learn as much as I can. So I'm just picking at dry paint on my table. It's satisfying. Anyways, goodbye.